What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. So today we're continuing with the problem of evil. We are going to get into our first Theodicy and kind of see what has been done through history and philosophy and just kind of take a look at it and just say, will you look at that? So let's get down into it after this. First off, if you like this content, I would like to encourage you to subscribe. I do these kinds of things and more. Sometimes I do an encouraging video and sometimes I do things about philosophy. I'm not sure what's with the hand gestures, but hey, we're here and I'm actually pretty excited to be here. For our first Theodicy by J.L. Mackie, his suggestion to the problem of evil is that evil just purely doesn't exist. So as what he means by this is that in his thinking, good outweighs evil, therefore good eliminates evil. Basically, J.L. Mackie, his argument is that evil doesn't exist because good outweighs evil. Now, that causes a problem because we obviously know that evil exists because we experience it every single day of our lives in one form or another, whether that be a paper cut or something more traumatic happening in our life. So how is it that we can ignore something and pretend that it doesn't exist when it clearly does exist logically? Now we're going to have a second Theodicy here because these are both pretty small and easy to comprehend and understand and explain. So that is why I'm going to do the second Theodicy, because they kind of go hand in hand. So the response to J.L. Mackie's Theodicy by theologians was that to introduce something called a greater good mentality or a greater good concept, basically saying that evil is present and evil happens, but if there is a God, then God will lessen that evil and the impact of that evil for the greater good of that evil happening to you. Now, I hope you caught that, and I hope I'm making sense here. So basically, to go a little bit slower, is that God would allow evil to happen to us, but in the sense that he's allowing it for good to come out of that situation. So that kind of goes with the scripture, God works out all things for the good for those who love him according to his purpose. Here's an example that philosophers often give to kind of expand a little bit on this Theodicy. So the example kind of goes like this. There's a soldier, he's at war, and him and his comrades, they're searching for the enemy. Now one of the enemy people, and one of the bad guys, let's just say, one of the bad guys throws a hand grenade in the midst or the middle of the soldier and his comrades. Now this soldier has a spontaneous act of bravery, throws himself on the hand grenade, thus sacrificing himself to save the life of his comrades or lives of his comrades. Now, how can there be any good that comes out of this? Because the evil is that the bad guy threw, or the opposing side threw the hand grenade, right? That would be the act, quote unquote, of evil in this Theodicy. Here's where the good comes out of it, is it took courage for that individual or that soldier to throw himself in this hypothetical on that hand grenade. So the greater good that came out of that act of evil is that the soldier threw himself on that hand grenade. So courage would be the quote-unquote greater good out of that. Now, this can become an extremely big slippery slope, which is a fallacy. For those of you who don't know what fallacies are, check it out. Maybe I'll put it up here on the screen if I can remember. This greater good Theodicy is that God will intentionally allow evil to happen so we can experience the greater good out of that evil. Thus, God is allowing that to take place for us to experience the good out of something, such as courage. Like, for example, another example you can say is, why would God allow somebody to be homeless, right? If a person is homeless and they're panhandling on the street, now the greater good that would come out of that is other people could potentially pour into that person as far as monetarily by giving him change or giving them food and doing acts of kindness. So that would be the greater good coming out of that situation, thus making us better people as we are interacting with another human being in need. That is all I have for you guys today with these two simple but yet kind of complex theodicies. I want to ask what you think about these two theodicies. Hit me up in the comments below. Do you think that these two theodicies are appropriate to resolve the issue of evil? We're not done by a long shot. There is much more argumentation to displace, but what do you think about J.L. Mackie's argument with the problem of evil? Well, I ask that you guys subscribe and like, share, comment, the whole 9 yards. And you guys, remember, keep asking your questions, and God bless you.